Hi everyone and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. My name's Tash and I'm the owner of the sew and pattern brand nhpatterns, and today I'm going to show you how to print and put together your PDF patterns. To start, choose the file that you will be printing. I am based in the UK and in the UK we use A4 paper and printers, so I am choosing the A4 file. Most countries use the A4 paper format, but if you are based in the US or Canada, you will need the US letter file. Once you have opened your pattern, go to File in the top toolbar and click Print. Once the printing window opens up, you will need to choose the printer you'll be using. In my case, it's the Canon Series 3. To begin with, you will only need to print the first page. This contains a test square to measure and ensure your pattern is printed to the correct proportions. If the test square measures the correct size, you can then print the rest of the pages using the same settings as you did for your first page. Next, go down to the page size and handling section. Here you will need to set your scale. You should choose either actual size or you can choose custom scale and input 100% into the box. This will then print your pages in the correct size and your pattern proportions should be correct. If you find your printer is cutting off an area of your page, you can also check the box that says choose paper source by PDF page size. This will then ensure that your page fits your paper. Print your first page, measure your test square, and then go back and print the rest of the pages if all is okay with the first page. As you can see here, I have measured my test square and it is accurate, so I have continued to print the rest of my pattern. Above the test square is some useful information that explains what some of the terms mean that you may find on your pattern pieces. For example, cut pair means that you will cut two mirrored pieces of fabric, whereas cut two means that you would cut two pieces of fabric exactly the same. Now we need to assemble the pattern. You can see here that the pattern is printed across multiple pages, and when assembled we will be left with a full pattern. So find a space with enough room that you can spread out and let's get started. We need to cut along the border and tape the pages together, matching up the pages as we go. I personally cut all the right hand side and bottom edges of each page before I start taping together, as I find this easier to manage. Go ahead and cut the right hand side and bottom edges of all your pages. Once they are all cut, start matching up the pages that have the corresponding letters and numbers. Place one page over the other, matching up the numbered and lettered semicircles as you go, trying to match each page as neatly as possible. Take your time and try to be as accurate as you can here, as if the join is slightly off, it may throw off the rest of your pattern. Continue this until all of the pages are joined. You can see here that some of the pages don't have any letters or numbers, or maybe only a single join across the pages. If they don't have any numbers or letters to join, that's because the pattern piece fits on a single page and doesn't need to connect to anything else. Once your pages are all assembled, you'll now have your full pattern ready to be cut out in your size. In the instructions booklet for each pattern, you will find a size chart. Choose your size and then find the corresponding line type for that size. Now all you need to do is cut along this line for each pattern piece until all of your pattern pieces are cut out. You do not need to cut into darts. The lines shown here for your darts are just to show you which dart corresponds to which size. In this case, I have decided to cut out a UK size 8, which you can see here. Note, if you're using the US letter pattern, please be aware that the sizing will still be in UK sizes. On each pattern piece it will say how many of each piece you need to cut. I'd recommend highlighting this information so it's easy to find and refer back to. This is the grain line. This will need to run parallel to your fabric selvage and show you which way to place the pattern piece onto your fabric. These are your darts. I tend to highlight the relevant dart for the size that I am making, as it is easier to follow when I'm cutting out my fabric. These are notches. When cutting your fabric, you should always remember to cut your notches, as these will help you to line the seams up when sewing. They can also be used as markers, for example, where to place your straps. You can cut a small snip into the fabric or cut a triangle out of the fabric. Sometimes there may be other information or notes on the pattern pieces, so be sure to read each one thoroughly. You can always refer back to your glossary if you're not sure of a term or you need to check what something means. And that's it, you're now ready to use your pattern and cut out your fabric. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and don't forget to subscribe for more sewing tutorials and other sewing content. Thanks for watching!